Hello, everyone. I am here, and let's get started with the stream. As usual, I will be talking about e-commerce, a little bit of marketing, web development if there's questions about that, and feel free to ask any questions in the chat or comment or email me, and I'll get them answered here on the stream. I will be probably streaming hopefully 3 to 4 times a week just to answer a lot of these questions that a lot of people have and hopefully give you some of the value that you're looking for when you're either starting up your e-commerce store or trying to scale it. And those both are my expertise. Those are the two things that I'm actually doing right now. So I'm starting up a couple new e-commerce stores in some couple niche categories and also helping clients with scaling their store or just getting new ideas or getting a good strategy in place for them to scale. So let's move on ahead and get this stream going by answering some questions about e-commerce. And I usually like to go to Quora to get some of these questions because a lot of people have the same questions, and it's a great place to kind of learn and be able to get more insider information from experts. So, um, I'd like to just scroll through and just read some of these things. Which platform is better for drop shipping and why? Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento. What I actually love Shopify. I've been pretty much exclusively using Shopify the past couple years now. I've used WooCommerce. We actually just finished building an e-commerce website on Magento, so I have kind of experience on all three of these platforms. Also, BigCommerce and a couple other ones that are non e-commerce specific. So let's go back to the question at hand: is which platform is better for drop shipping and why? If you're really starting out, if you're a new store, you have a new idea, or you have a product that you created and you want to start selling, Shopify honestly would be my best suggestion and the one that I would recommend for any new stores, just because there's a lot of themes, a lot of free themes, a lot of user-friendly tools that Shopify gives you when you're just starting off. And this comes with a great admin backend for you to manage your orders, manage your customers, and being able to organize your products and catalogs and all that good stuff. Um, WooCommerce is an add-on to WordPress. So if you have any WordPress website already built, WooCommerce is a good option. I actually don't recommend this over a Shopify, even if you have an established WordPress store or WordPress website. I highly recommend if you really are focused on e-commerce and building that e-commerce store that you switch over to an e-commerce focused platform like a Shopify, like a BigCommerce, or a Magento. The reason being that once you are working with an add-on like a WooCommerce add-on to a WordPress, which is started off or is still a blogging platform, so it's a content platform. So if you're a videographer, if you're an artist, or if you're just a photographer that wants to kind of show off your images and show off your work, that is a good way to do it. But once you step over that, hey, I want to sell my stuff and I want to get serious about e-commerce and I want to have all the tools and all the benefits that comes from a e-commerce focused platform, then I would really, really recommend Shopify. And WooCommerce I just had not the best experience with just because a lot of people are coming from a blog or a gallery type website into a store, and that transition just doesn't that transition is not a very smooth transition from my experience. And if you are actually going to be scaling your website or you're trying to redesign your website because you have a good successful store and you're getting good traffic, but you want a lot more customizable options, Magento is a great option for you. Magento is a little more expensive just because the developers that are developing on the Magento platform does charge a higher hourly rate. But with that being said, Magento is pretty much a open code or open source code that you can go in and kind of build your store the way you want it, customize the search engine or the search on the website, and do a bunch of different cool things that the Shopify kind of restricts. And once you start researching a little bit more on Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento, most of these have a solid admin feature for you to organize your customers, organize your orders. But when you start customizing things is when you want to really be picky and making sure that you're using the right platform, because Shopify doesn't allow you to be that customizable, just because it's great for people that just want to start up a new store, or just for people that are kind of new to the e-commerce world. And I touched base on the WooCommerce is for people that kind of are adding an e-commerce store on top of their current website, which is perfectly fine. But if you really want to scale, and if you really have a successful product that you already are selling on Shopify or even on WooCommerce in general, Magento is a great transition, or the next step for you to say, let me control a lot of these things that are happening on my store, and let me expand on a lot of things that are happening on my store. So hope that answers your question a little bit better. But to summarize, Shopify is great for anybody that is new to the e-commerce world and want to start a drop shipping or a private label, or you're selling Etsy right now, you want to expand to your own store. That would be the one I would truly recommend. Even if you're scaling or redesigning, Shopify is a great option. If you're not into all the bells and whistles, you just want to sell, sell, sell. Shopify is a great way to do that. WooCommerce, I don't really recommend. Even people that are on WooCommerce right now, I've seen a lot of clients wanting to go away from WooCommerce WordPress just because it's very clunky in my opinion. But and if you're really serious about e-commerce, you better probably be on an e-commerce platform like a Shopify or BigCommerce. And Magento is for people that are really truly looking to scale their business and redesigning a website. Maybe it was from a WordPress WooCommerce website that you want to go to a Magento because you're actually serious and you have a very successful store, but there's some features that you just can't get from a blogging platform like a WordPress with that WooCommerce e-commerce add-on. Magento is pretty expensive, but at the end, it's actually going to be worth it if you have currently generating good revenue and looking to take that next step. So that's where I kind of would suggest the different kinds of platforms for not only dropshipping, just in your e-commerce store in general. So that's kind of how I would answer that one. Let's go to, I'm just double checking, make sure my stream is okay. Looks like everything is good. I had some trouble yesterday. That's the only reason why I'm double checking here. Okay, let's go back and answering a couple more questions on here. What tools can I use to import Aliexpress products to my Shopify store? There's actually an application out there that makes it 100 times easier than how it used to be. And I believe, let me double check what it is called. The one that we use, or the one that I use, is called, let me pull it up and then I'll pull it onto the screen to show you guys. The one is called Aliexpress Dropshipping, of course. It's a simple application. Let me show it to you on the App Store. It gets great reviews. It's easy to use. There's a Chrome extension. There's all kinds of different features that this application helps out with. And here it is. I'll show it to you right here. It's called Aliexpress Dropshipping. Great reviews. Like I said, it's really easy to use and it connects directly to Aliexpress. You can go to Aliexpress right now and select the products to upload to your store and sync up to your store. So once again, Aliexpress Dropshipping is a great plugin to your Shopify store. What is the best way to fully automate a dropshipping online business running on WooCommerce or Shopify? I truly don't believe you can fully automate a drop shipping uh, plugin just because you're relying on another business or another manufacturer to kind of do their part to be able to fully automate it, but that usually doesn't work in business, and unfortunately it doesn't really truly work in drop shipping just because there's so many components to drop shipping. Checking the inventory, making sure that you're getting the right information, shipping information. You can automate to a certain point, but from my experience it's never going to be fully automated. And I hope that you aren't relying on a fully automated drop shipping model, because there's tons of work to do for a drop shipping website to be successful. And although saying that you have an automated shipping um, structure in place with drop shipping, even with that, there's things that you want to look out for and things you want to monitor. And fully automated sounds good on paper, but in order to run a successful store, you can't fully automate something that you're relying on another business to do. So that's my opinion on that. What is the best way to boost sales on Shopify? Best way to boost sales is always do a better job with marketing. Get good SEO, write good content, take good pictures, um, provide good customer service, all kind of the baseline things that I feel like any e-commerce store needs. Ship fast. Um, be engaging on social media with your people or with your customers. Good email marketing. Everybody says it's kind of going downhill, but it's still a great way to engage your users. Sometimes people just need to get kind of reminded that you're still around, and it kind of gives you a little give them a little incentive to come back, and small things like that. I mean, there's tons of different ways um, to boost sales on Shopify, and it starts just hustling, just making sure that you're doing things that are quote unquote free. So that's what I feel about that. What is the safest way to start an online business? There's really no good way to call a safe way to start an online business. It's always risk. There's different types of risk involved in starting an online business. A lot of people think drop shipping is a way to reduce risk when you start an online business or e-commerce business. That's true. It's not like there's no risk involved, but the risk is minimal, not as much as if you did decide to go with like a private label or other options that you can for e-commerce. So there's no safest way, unfortunately, to start an online business. Every single one has their risk. I do have a couple strategies I provide, or not I provide, but I implement myself to reduce the risk. And if you have any direct questions about that, just contact me and I can help you out with that. Can you be successful by just doing drop shipping? I believe yes. I mean, it I guess it's what you mean by successful. Successful meaning that you can quit your 9 to 5 job and make $50,000-$60,000 a year. I believe you can with drop shipping if you really truly wanting to scale it to a point that you're hiring 10, 20 people and you're really running it as a business fully. I don't believe drop shipping is that answer to that. Um, there's just so many steps or so many layers, what I like to call, to drop shipping that you aren't in control of. So one main thing is inventory level, or another thing, part of the inventory level is the product, is the goods. How good is that product? Are people happy with it? You can have a product that is very good and you're marketing the crap out of it, and it's a good product, but all of a sudden your dropship or your manufacturer is out of inventory because it's a popular product, and you're kind of just stuck there without a product to sell. So Scalability is an issue with drop shipping, although, like I said, you can be successful if you define success as quitting your day job and kind of being comfortable with, I don't know, $50,000, $60,000 a year, um, type thing. But that's what I think about that. Let me double check on the stream again, making sure that it is all healthy. Looks good. Looks excellent. Good, 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 good. Let's see. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, add it to the chat, and I will definitely get it answered to the best of my ability. I'm just scrolling down and scrolling through some of the questions. A lot of them about drop shipping. I don't really know how to sell products on Aliexpress. It's more for the manufacturers over in China that they sell on there. There's a process to get on Aliexpress, and I'm 100% sure that you have to be a manufacturer, but that is not my expertise. How does it take? How long does it take to get your first Shopify customer? Yeah, it's as long as, I mean, if you do marketing right, if you want, are you willing to pay for the first customer, or are you trying to do it organically? Um, those are the questions that are hard to answer when you put a question like, "How long does it take to get your first customer?" It's just have a friend or family be your first customer, leave a review, talk about it on social media, get them going. That's free advertising right there, and tell them to give you their honest opinion on what's going on your website, on your social media channel, on your product, first and foremost, and the experience that they had on the website. Those are all the key things that you should worry about, instead of how long it takes to get your first customer, because the customer will come if you provide them with a good experience, good product, and they'll come. So. Why is dropshipping popular? It's just because it's a least risky way of getting into the e-commerce world and selling products. You don't carry any inventory. There's no overhead costs on inventory. Um, you just got to be good with marketing. If you're good with marketing, if you've done marketing, if you have a good niche or product, or you have a good customer list that you can target, or you have a good influence on kind of your circle or your community, these are all easy ways to get to drop shipping, and that's why it's so popular, because there's a lot of manufacturers out there that need to sell their products, and they're not good at marketing. They're not good at all the different things, or they're overseas and they're trying to get in the U.S. market, because the U.S. market is a huge market to sell your stuff at, and that's why it's popular. Just less risk, no overhead, and the barrier to entrance is very low. Where can I go learn? Where can I go learn and where can I go and learn dropshipping with Shopify? I mean, you can usually you want to add. I guess you can ask an expert to kind of walk you through it, because that's probably the best option. Um, you can go to Shopify and you can read different articles. You can come on Quora and read through all the different answers that people are talking about. But really, you want to do a share screen, or you want to have somebody sit right next to you and kind of show you and go through all the different applications and go through an actual a live demonstration of what's going on, instead of reading articles and reading that. And that's where I've really seen the most success, is seeing it in action. And this happens with a lot of things. You want to see it in action. You want to learn it. You want to see how people navigate, and see how in the real world, how do you go from an order from from your website to ordering on Aliexpress to selling it on Amazon to fulfilling it on Amazon. All these little small little things that is involved with dropshipping or just in e-commerce in general. Like these are you need firsthand experience unless you want to go through the hardships or I guess make a lot more mistakes than you probably should with it. But at the end of the day, I think you just gotta make sure that you get the right people that you trust helping you out, and they definitely need to have some sort of experience with what's going on. What's the, how much time does a dropshipping business need on a daily basis? I mean, it depends on your team too, um, and how many stores you got. I guess. I mean, one store. I've worked on my store maybe 60 hours a week, all the way to not really having to do much work the next week because I have a team of freelancers that do a lot of the work for me. Sometimes if I'm adding a new category or if I'm expanding a category, I'm doing a private label on a drop shipping item that I really like. I can spend up to, like I said, 60, 70 hours just to get everything all set up and ready to roll. Once you get that and once you understand the process and once you really understand all the different types of tactics and strategies that you go into your store, your e-commerce store, your drop shipping business. It just varies. It's part of being a business owner. It's part of being an entrepreneur. Um, People can tell you different things. Oh, it's going to take you. You're going to have to hustle 80 hours a week to get it up and going. That's true, but if you're smart, you can hire people out. You can freelance people out. You don't want to get burnt out, so you make sure you pace yourself. Um, and you're really, I mean, the biggest problem, I guess, is you're here trying to hit a home run immediately, and you hear a bunch of these people talking about, oh, being an overnight success. I'm sold over a million in a month type thing. I mean, those things are very, 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 if not true. I've never really seen it unless you. I guess I just never really even seen it. I can't even imagine scaling a business from zero to a million or zero to half a million in 1 month. You're gonna run into a bunch of issues that it's pretty much impossible for you to maintain that. I just can't imagine the customer service nightmare, inventory, technical, um, all the different things that can come into that. So, working smartly, working at a good pace, trusting people that you hire or you freelance is going to help you out on reducing those hours gradually. But it's a roller coaster. It'll go up and down. But as long as you enjoy it and you love it and you have that determination or passion to get it going. I mean, hours don't really matter. Just gotta work hard, work smart. What are the pros and cons of Magento? I talked about this a little earlier. The Magento is more for established businesses, I believe, and I feel, and this is what I've done with the current Magento website that we just rebuilt. Shopify is for people that are really either starting new or transitioning out from a WordPress WooCommerce or another platform like a Wix or Squarespace, and they want to focus primarily on Shopify on e-commerce, I mean. And Shopify is a great way. I mean, I could say 95% of the people that I've helped out, I would recommend Shopify. People that are established and looking to really scale their business and have that established brand or revenue source, and really looking to rebrand or not even rebrand, redesign their website and taking their customization to the next level. Magento's the great option. And these are both for e-commerce focused websites. Um, Give me this. All right. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna grab some water. All right, I'm just gonna answer a couple more questions, and what are the best ways to increase traffic to Shopify store? Um, like I said earlier, there's a bunch of different ways. Organically, you want to make sure you have good content. Um, Visually, you want to definitely have cool banners, relevant images, high quality images, a good layout to your store, that good user interaction on the store. Um, and the reason why I bring up the good user interaction on the store to increase traffic is the longer the people stay on your website, the less bounce rate and the more aesthetically pleasing the website is will increase those. Page per views is very important. Google take these into account and say, okay, this is a relevant website, and people like this website, and people stay on it, and people are shopping on it. It increases the trust that Google has for your website, and it increases the search rankings. Um, and this is the not the best way, but this is a good way that a lot of people ignore. It is this SEO organic traffic that comes from people that are staying on your website longer, staying on, decreasing the bounce rate. They're not bouncing off, or they're not just not liking the first image that they see or the top banner that they see. It's all about these small little things that keeps them on the website a bit longer, and that way Google trusts you and Google likes you, and that's a very important bot, I guess, to have trust your website. That'll just increase your traffic just organically, and organic traffic is the best traffic just because it's very minimal cost to you. So having good content, having good UI or user experience UX is a very good way to increase traffic, and it comes at a very low cost to you just because you can move stuff around, you can have good banners created, you can take better pictures, all these little things that you can do by yourself and you don't need to spend a bunch of money to do. Is one of the best ways to increase traffic to your store. So not direct question, not direct answer to it, but it's one of the small tactics that I've learned these past few years now to really increase traffic to your store at a cheap rate. Um, can I buy from Walmart and sell on Amazon? You can. I mean, it's called retail arbitrage. It's you go to Walmart, you go find the clearance item, you scan it on your Amazon app, and it looks like, oh, this one I can buy it for $10 and sell it on Amazon for $30. So you're like, hey, that's a good deal. You got to keep in mind that selling on Amazon has its own criteria. A lot of these categories that you're seeing that is on sale at Walmart and that you can sell on Amazon for 3x or 4x, those categories might be locked, so you aren't able to sell them. And this comes in the most frequent category I've seen. This is health and fitness, health and personal care. I mean, and a lot of these products that go on sale at Walmart that I've seen is in the health and personal care category. So selling it, you won't be able to sell it if you're new or if you don't have that category unlocked. And unlocking the category is a pain. Selling on Amazon is kind of a pain in overall. I'm going to talk about selling on Amazon on another stream here, or answer questions about selling on Amazon, because I've been doing it for almost 4 years now, yeah, coming to 4 years now on Amazon, and I have seen so many things that I don't believe a lot of people that um, are wanting to sell on Amazon wants to hear about, but these are firsthand experience about selling on Amazon, and it's not the prettiest, but the volume's there, and there's a lot of pros. There's also some cons over there selling on Amazon. And speaking of that, I think I will wrap this session up and kind of segue to my next stream, which will most likely be tomorrow around the same time. I will perfect segue. Let's talk about selling on Amazon. I mean, it's one of the exciting things that people like to talk about because Amazon is a beast, and with the beast, it comes with a lot of different things that I can talk about. And if you have any questions or if you want me to answer anything about it, just leave it in the chat, email me, message me on Facebook, message me on YouTube, email, anything to get a hold of me. I'll get them answered. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little session on talking about e-commerce, mostly about Shopify and drop shipping. So I will see you guys next time.